Welcome once again to Count Dracula's Gamer's Domain. Tonight we are reviewing DeathSmiles, an appropriately gothic new title from Cave, the purveyor of fine Japanese-style Danmaku shooters. Let's begin. For this port, they have made an iPhone mode with a brand new story of a young, spoiled princess as she goes on her adventure. Notice these first-rate graphics, which may remind you of such games as Odin Sphere, or perhaps even a little bit of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The music also might remind you. You use your touch finger to guide your young player as she flies through the sky of a fantasy RPG world. You'll notice that this world goes sideways instead of forward, as in most games of this type. You'll also notice that she can shoot left or she can shoot right by pressing a left or right button. This adds extra challenge to the game because you can be attacked on either side and sometimes both sides. So it's an extra challenge. As usual in cave games, there's a lot of explodey destruction going on, a lot of enemy projectiles flying at you. You can use a regular shot or laser. Regular shot is more of a spread, and laser is more of a focused shot. But the different characters offer different styles of power. There's also the lock-on shot, which you notice now that I've locked on. My character will turn to face the opponent. As you notice, the graphics and music are really top-notch. They've made something of a level-upable adventure game out of a port of an arcade game. The graphics are quite amusing at times. It's sort of a levitating Mad Tea Party. You can see the Odin Sphere sort of influence, or this is a very gothic area. You can see the theme. I really cannot remember seeing better pixel animation on this platform. I do find it somewhat easy, you might say. But, you know, there are scalable difficulty levels, and these areas obviously have a lot of hidden zones to uncover. It does become somewhat difficult to sort out my own magical bolts from the treasures, which look like golden skulls, and the enemy shots, which look like various orbs or spheres. For a game with this level of cuteness, some of these bosses are downright gory. I don't know, I suppose this is a giant zombie head emerging from the bottom of the graveyard. There's some delightfully ironic dialogue here and there. In addition to the new storyline introduced in the iPhone mode, you can also go back and experience the arcade mode. I have always liked games that offer you the possibility of multiple different characters. Each different character has a different style of weapon. You notice they're all accompanied by a little animal called, in magic, a familiar, who flies along. There are two different modes of power, and by selecting one character or another, you're going to experience a slightly different adventure. as well as a different storyline. There are multiple endings, which will keep you coming back for more, as well as ever adjustable and increasing difficulty levels to unlock. Overall, I must say, in despite the creepy title, this game is a lot of fun, and will soon become one of your very favorite titles on iPhone. That is, if you're into games with this much visual overload constantly happening. And this is only level 2. You notice when she fires, Rosa, I believe is her name, she fires regular shots that spread out. And then her laser goes directly inward. She is the most varied in her power-up system. One of my few complaints is that it all seems to be over very fast. And the bosses that they have are very well designed, but it seems like there's not quite enough bosses. You'd want more. Maybe I will unlock and uncover more hidden bosses that I have not yet experienced. We shall see, my friends. We shall see. With 5 characters times 2 ends, at least, there must be 10 different cinema ends to uncover. That's worth experiencing. And they put such detail into each level. You'll notice something new each time you play through. Very nicely done, Cave. Continue to port your classic games, and perhaps offer us a brand new iPhone-only title, so that we can be the envy of all the Danmaku world. One of my few complaints is, for those who are seriously into Danmaku action, yes, there are a lot of enemy bullets to dodge. There are much less chances to, shall we say, reabsorb or redirect enemy shots. Sort of a central gameplay tradition, reabsorbing the shots or scratching, shall we say, the shots, allowing them to come near you but not striking. There is not much of that in this game. It is actually fairly straightforward in that, and you may wish for a little bit more complexity in that way, but as you can see, what is here is very, very well done, both in terms of programming and graphics. So my conclusion is, if you like this type of game, or perhaps even if you haven't played this type of game, you simply must have this for your iOS games collection. This is Count Dracula signing out.